What is going on, everybody? Eagles Nation, Skull Nation, whatever nation you are, thank you for tuning in to this Friday night special. Biggest game by far of the year for both teams coming up on Monday night.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to get into it, but I had to bring a special guest. She's been on my channel before. She was a little bit bitter before. It's like, I'm just playing. But hey, without further ado, hey, welcome to the stream, Jade, aka a hip lady. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, JC. Thanks so much for having me on. I am so excited. I'm looking forward to this one too. Monday night, both our teams, prime time action. Of course, we got a history, Eagles, Vikings too. So I am excited. So yeah.
Eagles, Vikings too. I like that. And maybe
Yeah.
that could be Eagles, Vikings 3 later on down the road, maybe in the playoffs. Who knows? I mean, that's way
Knows.
down there, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Now, the only way it could become a rivalry, such well, some people say, is if y'all win this one and we win the next one, back and forth. We'll see. But I'm glad to have you here. It's
Thank
Friday
you.
night. If y'all tuning in, hey, grab your popcorn, grab your little drinks, and let's get into
Yeah.
it. So, look, the Minnesota Vikings, I've been looking for this basically since the schedule came out. I did not
Yes.
overlook the lines at all because
You
they're from the
can't.
NFL. They are a team in the NFL. Hard Knocks had these boys charged up. They came out the
They did.
tunnel about to
Yep.
run through bricks, and they
Yep.
showed
And
it
they were
too.
singing during practice, all that
I'm
stuff on Hard Knocks. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Or the
we
rookies, I
did
think,
not
are doing
look
whatever.
past them. Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely could not look past them. I don't know if the Philadelphia Eagle players was because the way they came out, the first half. I don't know what happened, but we escaped with the win.
You
How
won.
was
You
your
won. Yep.
Yes, exactly. But
You
how
put up
was
a lot
your
of
week
points
one?
against them too. 38. That's quite a
38.
bit. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, our offense put up 31, and then we had that pick six, so which is always great, when your defense
Yeah.
can put up points too.
Yep.
But the Vikings are coming off an impressive win against Aaron Rodgers. But some people would say, well, the Packers, look how they, last year they got blown out by Jameis Winston, and then
Yeah.
they ran off 7, 8 in a row. How was
Right.
that win for y'all? And was it surprising that y'all won the way y'all did?
To be honest with you, I'm a little surprised at how, like, they just really, it seems like the evil to the east that I like to call the Green Bay Packers, they were just quiet. I mean, I was impressed with our defense being able to hold them to 7 points. I think the Vikings definitely, the home field advantage helped. I didn't actually see a lot of green and gold in the stands. Usually for Vikings Packers games, it doesn't really matter where it is. There's usually a lot of fans, from the opposing team, but I was very impressed with that. I like the defense. And the one thing though that I will say, I was kind of like bummed that the Vikings didn't put up some more points. But overall, I think it was a great team win, great momentum to start the season. And of course, we have our new head coach, Kevin O'Connell, getting his first win. And that was the first game he was calling plays too. So golf
Okay,
clap there. And
say
it's
yeah,
always good to
golf
beat
clap.
a divisionary rival,
It is.
especially the Green Bay Packers when it comes to the Vikings. So very
It
nice win.
is. It is. So talk to me about your head coach. Everybody and their mama is looking for the
Yeah.
next Sean McVay, right?
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
wants the next Sean McVay. He's
Yep.
coming from the Rams. Some people is like,
Hmm.
oh man, how did he get this head coaching job? He doesn't have the credentials, but he worked with Sean McVay. Let's
Yep.
hire him. So how did you feel about that hire when
Yeah.
when it went
I
down?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. He seems to be like vibing with the players, kind of more on like an equal footing, seems to like get along with them a little bit more on like a, on the field and off the field vibe, where Mike Zimmer didn't, especially at the end there, it got a little sour, as we all know. But Kevin O'Connell seems very excited. I actually have kind of been calling Kevin O'Connell and Kirk Cousins like fraternal twins. I feel like they're very similar, kind of, in the way they go about things. But I think it's that, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be working well and continue to carry on, especially for Kirk, because he needs a lot of coddling. But yeah,
Okay.
so far so good with Kevin. He kind of reminds me of like, he'll say all the right things, but I
Mm-hmm.
do enjoy that he seems to just like not really hold anything back. Like he'll share what's been going on, what worked, what didn't work. So I appreciate like the transparency. So far so good.
Yeah, look, hey, look, I think that was a good hire, but I really thought, just like many other people, there were other experienced coaches out there that deserve a chance. But hey,
Yeah.
who am I? I mean, I'm just a fan here, so I don't have no say in the NFL. But
Yeah, right. Exactly. Who are we? We're just
so who
fans.
are we? How dare you don't like
Yeah,
that hire? What the hell's
I
going
know.
on with you?
I
So
actually, yeah, I know that Eric Bieniemy was kind of his name was floating around for the Vikings. I would have
yes,
loved
exactly. That's one.
that. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
And I keep saying too, if like Mike Tomlin ever wants to return to the Vikings, dude, come on back. But yeah,
Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Hey, shout out to
yeah.
Joseph, man. Thank you for that 199
Oh,
super
right on.
sticker, man. Director's chair with the word on set. That's what I'm talking about. But look, hey, but look, I appreciate everybody. Nina,
Yeah,
Jordan
thanks everybody for
Blair.
joining. What's
Let me
up to the chat?
see. Yes, Ryan, what is going on?
Oh, hey Ryan, what's up?
But we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. But let's
Yeah.
get into the whole is Vikings playing mind games up with the Philadelphia Eagles, because I think today again they signed another I believe a defensive end from the Philadelphia's again, like a couple of days before the matchup. Of course, y'all
Yeah.
got Rager over
Yep.
there. He wants revenge on the Philadelphia Eagles for some
Oh
odd
yeah.
reason. Revenge is on his mind. Maybe we should get revenge from our first round pick. We drafted him, but it is what it is. But are the Philadelphia, how big of a chess move it is when a team like the Vikings, a couple of days before the game kicks off, to sign another player from the Philadelphia Eagles and to have Jalen Rager. Like,
Yeah. I
is
think
it?
it adds to the little stew, the little pot we got going here, doesn't it? I think it makes it all extra exciting. I just want to shout out everybody in the chat too. Purple Pocket Podcast, Jordan. I just want to say, hey, Rio, everybody in there. Appreciate y'all. I think it adds to the specter, it adds to the spectacle, right? Of Monday Night Football. I think it's great. And I'm not gonna lie too, I like the extra like grab your popcorn moments like Jalen Rager. Let's see it. Let's see what you got. Are you gonna return a kick? You gonna return punt? What's gonna happen here? He's been kind of quiet, but
Oh,
I like it. What do you think about it? Do you think it adds extra? Do you think we're already pretty much like Vikings Eagles? It's crazy. I mean, I'm looking
man.
forward to it.
Jalen Rager, man. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Tell us
I
about it.
did okay, so I did want the Philadelphia Eagles to keep him at least one more year. I mean,
Okay.
you drafted him first round overall, right? Over Justin Jefferson at that. And now Eagle fans was
Yeah.
reminded every year how bad of a mistake that was. Our
Mm-hmm.
GM came out, a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, if I could do this all over again, I would definitely not draft Jalen Rager." So
Ooh.
maybe Rager, hey, he probably just talked to you about that. But the Philadelphia Eagles gave him plenty of opportunities. But the thing is
Yeah,
with
that's
Jalen
fair.
Rager, yeah, he was here for almost 3 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he spent two full seasons. But
Mm-hmm.
every offseason, he came in with some kind of drama. One
Really?
that he could not prevent, though. You know what I mean? Death in the
Okay.
family. One
Oh,
year it
sure.
was like this past summer was his best friend from TCU. He's um he passed away.
Well,
The
that's too
year
bad.
before that, I
Yeah.
believe his grandma. So like every year, he literally came into training camp mentally already
Yeah.
defeated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and people forget he's only 23 years old. He's very, very
So
young, if
young,
that.
right?
So young. And this is
Yeah.
going to be his third full season in the league. So
Mhm.
I was a Jalen Rager defender. You know what I mean? It's not
Right,
his
yeah.
fault that the Eagles were stupid to draft him
Right.
over Justin Jefferson. You know
Right,
what I
not his fault,
mean?
right?
So
Yeah.
it's not his fault. But every
Mhm.
NFL fan always booed if if you wanted this one guy in your team, drafted this guy, like
Yeah.
he automatically start and doo-doo. Like automatically, and now he gotta rise up. But Rager
Right.
was
Yep.
stuck in doo-doo. Like he was stuck down there the
Yeah,
whole
you got to get
2
your way out of
years.
that.
Like, yo, he cost us fumbles, returning kicks against the Bucks.
No.
I mean, mentally he wasn't there, but I am cheering for Rager to have a good season
There we go.
only because the Philadelphia Eagles once again find themselves with another pick, possibly a 4th-round pick, if Rager meet a certain expectations, with the Minnesota Vikings as far as stats wise. I don't know that number. Like I don't know the magic number that he has to how many games, how many touchdowns, how many yards, but all I know that he needs to do well. But just not against us, but he needs to do well.
Any other game.
Any other game. He can pick any other
but this
game.
one. Yeah.
But this one. I wouldn't be afraid of Rager if he was mentally tough and say, you know what? Oh, I'm about to go back to Philly and I'm about to return a punt. I'm like, oh my God, no. He didn't tell me. No.
I would love that though. I'd be excited about it.
Nobody is afraid of Rager coming home if you call it that
I mean,
way.
let's see if he can put the money where the mouth is, But yeah, we'll see. It's exciting.
Yo, what's up, Rap? Hey, what's going on,
What's up, Rap? What's up,
dude?
Grandizer, what's good? Hey, we got everybody in here tonight. We're having a good time.
We do. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button. We are live on both platforms, man. And if y'all did not know, me and Rap, we will be doing a play-by-play on both channels for Monday Night Football. So we will definitely be on here watching the game and also talking about the game at the same damn time. You know what I mean?
I love that. I think that's going to be a great collab for you too. Yeah, shout out to Rap too. If y'all want to pop in my channel tomorrow, he's coming on my channel. So swing on through. But yeah, you guys are gonna have a great collab. I'm streaming too Monday night, so maybe I don't know, maybe we can do a little like halftime check-in or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, absolutely. So my next question to you is this: Kirk Cousins, 11 years in the league. He probably set the record. Well, he started a trend, guaranteed money. The Minnesota Vikings paid him again, another guaranteed money. Up to 2023, he probably be making $30 million that year. But is he the future of the Minnesota Vikings, especially with the young head coach coming in? You still got Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. The rapport might be tight. Kirk to Jefferson. I've been hearing that. Is Kirk Cousins the future of the Vikings? And what does he have to do this year in order for him to get another contract? Because you don't want – look, the last thing you want is a quarterback to play out his final year of his contract and not hit the free agent market. What do you have to do to become the franchise?
All right. Well, I just want to say hey to Payo Time too. I think he's in here. Payo Time, LA Rams YouTuber. Okay, Kirk Cousins. Anyone that is familiar with my opinion on Kirk, this is going to be here she goes again. Here she goes. No, he is not. He is not the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, in my opinion. This is year number 5 with this now. And I will say, like you mentioned, he bamboozled the Vikings not once, but twice for the big money. And Kirk, he's average. He's average. In my opinion, he's not elite enough to lead the rest of a team. He needs too much coddling. He needs too much support. The biggest thing to me was when he was originally brought on the team back in 2018, he was the only missing piece of the team. What have the Vikings done since then? What have they done since then? We've won one playoff game. One. Yeah. And I've said this too time and time again. I just I don't see the Vikings winning a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins under center because he was the only missing piece, and the Vikings organization have done nothing now since he's been the one missing piece, but tinker the entire team around him to make sure that Kirk is comfortable. And now going so far as to get a head coach who will sit here and, Kirk, are you okay? Is everything comfortable? Are you okay? Because the motto for the Vikings for 2022 is Kirk, are you comfortable? In my opinion. So no, I hope that after this year that the Vikings can just be done, draft a younger QB, and just start
Wow.
fresh. I think Kevin O'Connell, and then I'll wrap it up here, but I think Kevin O'Connell, he knows what he has in Kirk. They worked together before. He's a first-time head coach, so he wants to do well. He's going to make it work, but in my opinion, I think they should start with somebody fresh because he's average, but he's not going to lead your team to victory, in my opinion.
Wow. Yeah, we would definitely touch that a little bit later. But Kirk Cousins, I mean, he's from the NFC East. We know
Yeah.
what Kirk Cousins is.
Yep.
Like to me, he's an average quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He could win you some regular season games,
Yeah.
but what can he do besides that? I don't know. That's
Cower like a
why.
frightened turtle under pressure. That's one thing he does.
I mean, you like that? You like
You like
that?
that?
That right
You like
there.
that?
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that was a
Oh,
good
man.
game. Yeah, I was cheering for Kirk because I believe that was against the Saints, and I wanted the Saints to lose that game.
There you
For
go.
some odd reason, he made it happen. I'm like, oh my, okay, Kirk. But yeah,
Mhm.
you are correct. I mean, he's been there for a long time, and
Yeah.
to me, that's one reason why when Monday night comes, I'm not worried about Kirk Cousins. I got bigger
I would
problems to
okay,
worry
I'm
about.
glad you brought that up too, because I was gonna ask you earlier, and then was glad that we're talking about it now. Are is anyone like threatened by Kirk? Or is anyone scared by Kirk at all? Any opposing
I
team?
mean, well, he got JJ on his team.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes. But Kirk
So I
himself,
guess
who's Kirk
what
himself? Does he intimidate you?
what look what Kirk had beat the Eagles over the past few years twice already. You know what I mean? So
This is true.
um
We're 2-0, I think, against you the last two
yeah,
games.
yes, that is true. But if the Vikings had any other quarterback besides Kirk Cousins, especially under the bright lights, I believe he's like 2-9, 2-7, whatever it is, in primetime game. You know what I mean? Yo,
Yeah,
this dude,
I don't remember the
like,
stats, but not good. Yeah.
yeah, it's not good, especially
No.
coming to Philadelphia on a Monday night.
Yes.
The bright lights. You are the only.
Yes.
Matter of fact, the only thing that might save him is there's another game going on almost at the same time, an hour and 15 minutes apart that Monday night. There's two games on
Okay.
Monday night. I believe the Bills play on Monday night, and the Eagles play on Monday night. So there is two games. Let me
Okay.
double check real quick, but I could have
Yeah.
sworn there's two games. One start at 7:15, and then the other one is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, and
But
Philly is such a hostile environment. Like, I would be intimidated to go play there. Like, I would be, yeah, intimidated to just go there as a fan. I
so yeah,
think.
the Bills and the Titans play at
Okay.
7:15 p.m. and then the
Okay.
Eagles and the Vikings play at 8:30 p.m. So
Okay.
that means that he got an hour and a half cushion and
Yeah.
before the game and before the first game is over and everybody is going to be tuning in. But to me,
Yep.
I
That's
respect Kirk
true.
Cousins just
Mhm.
because you could win. You could win with an average quarterback. Look at
You
Jimmy
can.
G. Like, look
Yes.
at Jimmy G. Ain't nobody afraid of Jimmy G. This
I
dude,
would
he's
choose
not
Jimmy
gonna
G
throw
over
you.
I would choose Jimmy G over Kirk. I've said
Why?
straight up
Why
swap.
is that? Why?
I just think that Jimmy G, well, he has a Super Bowl ring. I mean, granted he wasn't a starter, but I think he's got a better morale like with his teammates. Gets along better, and you can't teach that, and it's just so important. And I just think that's one thing that Kirk's lacking as a leader, is just an easy way to connect with players and other, teammates. So it can just be more challenging. So I think that Jimmy, it seems anyway, and that he makes mistakes too. Jimmy G does, of course, but I like his willingness to throw the ball in situations where, hey, it might get picked off, but maybe I'm going to have a big reward from this big risk. And Kirk just doesn't take those big risks. That's one thing. If I could see it like for Kirk this year, having a coach that you actually get along with,
Yeah.
trusting Justin Jefferson more. Let's see you throw those throws, Kirk, that maybe in the past you'd be like, it might get picked off. Throw it anyway. Just go for it. So, anyway,
Yeah, look, I think that Kirk Cousins is going to have a big year,
hopefully.
because of Justin Jefferson. That
Yeah.
dude, we're definitely going to get into him, but he's
Yeah.
definitely deserved of his
Yeah.
respect that he's receiving across the
Mm-hmm.
NFL for a third year player. This is only his third
Yeah.
year, so he definitely earned the right he definitely earned the right to say he's probably one of the best wide receivers in the
Yeah.
NFL. So Kirk Cousins could just throw it up, just like AJ
Seriously.
Brown. Like
Yeah.
AJ Brown, nickname is always open. You
I
know,
love
hey,
that.
when a
Yeah.
guy say, "Hey, I got you," don't matter. Look, either I'm going catch it or I'm going to knock it down, but don't be afraid to throw it to me because I'm always
Yep.
open. I'm going to make you look good. You know,
Mhm.
but Justin Jefferson, it is in a good system
Yeah.
where you have a good running back in Dalvin Cook, but you also
Mhm.
have other pieces around him that he
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like the sole focus on every game. Yes, he had a monster game,
Yeah.
but Thielen is still there. Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
is still there. I
Mhm.
mean, like
And I
who's
think
your
too,
Go ahead.
just to, I mean, go on Justin Jefferson a little bit more. I think this is one thing I've been hearing too. And of course, it doesn't always have to be about Justin Jefferson, but Kevin O'Connell realizes that's his prize possession right there is Justin
Absolutely.
Jefferson. And he's going to do everything he can to make it happen. Where I think, like with Zimmer, per se, he wasn't necessarily accepting that, was kind of still going with the run game. So I like that too. That, Kevin O'Connell realizes, hey, this is my best player, so let's make it work. Kirk, throw the
Yes.
ball.
Yeah, yeah,
Throw it.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Hey, please, thank you very much for tuning in. I know that somebody was asking for your channel, but Grandizer, awesome
Oh
dude.
yeah.
He puts your channel in the chat. Just go check her out, hit her up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for her.
Yeah. Thanks
But definitely we'll
everybody.
be doing some
Appreciate you.
more collabing. All right, so
Yep.
so now look, Jalen Hurts, to me, everybody's saying that Kirk Cousins is way better than Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
To me, I don't know why they
Hmm.
say that because I've seen Kirk Cousins' potential. To me, I've seen his potential.
We
11
have.
years in
We've
the
all seen
league,
it, I think. I
one
think we've seen
playoff
his
win.
ceiling.
But I
Yeah.
can't man, I can't see, hey, he's going to the next step and win 2 playoff games, 3 playoff game, and go play in the Super Bowl. We haven't seen that.
No.
But Jalen Hurts, he's entering his third year in the NFL, his second full year starting. You know what I
So
mean?
young
Second full year starting.
too.
He's still
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
And this is his actually first time in back-to-back years in the same system. So you can see
Okay.
that he's feeling a lot more comfortable. You got
Yeah.
AJ Brown now, Devontae
Hmm.
Smith, Dallas Goddard. So there's no look, by all means, if I had to pick between two quarterback, Hurts and Kirk Cousins, I'm taking Jalen Hurts all day
Ooh.
because he could get out of trouble. Like the
Yeah.
NFL, like if you look at these teams around the NFL, right, they don't want a quarterback that is so predictable, like so
Yeah.
stationary. But Kirk
Yep.
Cousins is mobile enough,
Oh,
though.
he's
Like Kirk
he's like
Cousins is
Robot
mobile.
Boy. Yeah, no,
Well, he
can't
could
move.
run when he wants to, right? But Kirk Cousins, if any Philadelphia Eagle fan, if any NFL fan watched that game against the Detroit Lions, I'm not afraid to say this. If y'all watch that game against the Detroit Lions, we have any other quarterback besides Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, we
Yeah,
lose to the Detroit Lions because the Philadelphia Eagles
Vikings know how that
offense.
goes. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Because of him, because of
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts, you
Yeah.
have to game plan for his leg and his arm compared to Kirk Cousins, where you
Yep,
got
you
game
don't
plan
have
for
to
Kirk
prepare for that
Cousins
at all.
and
And
Justin Jefferson, really. You know what I mean? So
yep.
there's no threat of him running out of trouble. But definitely the key to beating any great quarterback or any decent quarterback, you hit them, you hit them, you hit them,
Yep.
especially if they cannot get out the pocket.
Oh,
So
for
Jalen Hurts
sure.
is my guy, riding with him until the wheels
I
fall
love
off.
it. Yeah. I would love Jalen Hurts as the quarterback for the Vikings. I'll just say that right
You
there.
would.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man. Viking
Yeah.
Nation is about to. Oh man, they're about to kill you, man.
Dude, I mean, they all know. I mean, if they don't know, I have never been a Kirk fan since day one. I always say, dude, you got to prove it to me, Kirk. You got to prove it to me, dude. And the one day too, he can learn how to like slide feet first and not head first when he actually does run. I will give him a golf clap for that. But still can't get that down yet. Anywho,
Yeah, but look, hey, at least y'all have a quarterback. You know, some
yeah.
teams are still searching for a
Oh,
quarterback,
for sure.
but
It could be worse.
he's a decent starting quarterback. Like, man,
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
gonna lie and say that he's not, but he's
He's
not,
not the worst
a
thing in the
top
world.
10 or even
Yeah.
he's probably like 16 to 20. in my
I would agree
opinion.
with you there. Yeah.
You would. Oh man, you know what? Hey, you used to come back on my show every time because I'm telling you right now, I'm liking the vibe. I'm
Yeah.
liking the vibe that I'm hearing right now. And you are
Love
welcome back
it.
on this show anytime. But
Yeah, love
Dalvin
it.
Cook, Miles Sanders, Monday night to me, like yes, we put in a lot on Kirk Cousins, on Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
but to me, it's gonna be what team could run the ball better. Dalvin
Mhm.
Cook, one of the best backs in the league. Miles Sanders, this is possibly his last year in Philadelphia. No
Okay.
contract extension. So, like week one, he had a great game. He finally broke his touchdown, like his non-touchdown streak of one. He went through the
Oh,
whole
really?
2021, 2022 season with
That's
zero
funny.
touchdowns. So the
Really?
Eagle fans are split. They are
Okay.
split. Do they want
Okay.
Miles Sanders to stay? Do they want him to
Mhm.
go? Once again, I'm fighting for the little people. Miles
There
Sanders is
Yep.
my guy. Miles
Yep.
Sanders is my guy. You're
The
not going to
loyalty,
walk.
love it. Yeah.
It's not been about that because this dude is a walk-in 5.5 average per carry. Every time he touches the ball, he's basically averaging 5 yards. Like,
That's
like
not too shabby.
you
Yeah.
can't find that on the street. But most people is going to counter and say, "Hey, the Eagles have the best, offensive line in football."
That's
So you
something the
could throw
Vikings wish
anyone
they
back
had.
there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders, how do you see this Monday night? Is it going to be on the running back, like more on the running back?
Well,
What team could establish the run, or is it going to be
yeah.
like just throw, and then hey, the running game it will,
Right.
will throw
Just
to
like
run.
yep. Well, it's funny, yeah, again that you mentioned like the throw, because that's kind of what I've been hearing. And like just today too, when I was listening to a little bit of like preview, like the talking heads talking about it, it's like I think this could be a shootout. This might go back and forth. It's like I
You
don't
never
exactly
know.
know. I think it might be a little bit more run heavy this game, especially because everybody knows about Justin Jefferson. So obviously he's
Yes.
gonna be covered, right? And the one place that the Vikings roster, they actually have like decent depth is their running back position. I mean, Dalvin Cook has been very, very solid, but I have been a huge fan of Alexander Madison, the backup to Dalvin Cook. I think he's on par just as good as Dalvin Cook, to be honest. Dalvin Cook has a history of getting injured. He can't ever stay healthy for a complete season.
Mhm.
So we got him. We have Kene Nwangwu also and Ty Chandler at running back. So, and I heard too that the Lions were able to put up quite a few running yards versus the Eagles last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest concerns. But I
Yeah.
say this: week one to me in the NFL is so unpredictable.
You're
Teams
so
that were
right.
picked to
Yeah.
win
Yep.
lost. Teams that were picked to lose won.
Mhm.
I
Like
mean,
Chicago and the 49ers too. That comes to
exactly.
mind. Yeah.
And so to me, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 188 yards got put on the Philadelphia Eagles' head through the
Mhm.
running game.
So I
But
think it could be big. I think the run game for both, at least for the Vikings, I think they could sneak that in there. Look out too for CJ Ham, our fullback. So he might be getting into the action too. Yeah. Defense
but
better be ready.
yeah,
Be
I
ready.
really think that this game, in order, because it's such a big game, and like I would never say
Yeah.
that week two is a big game for anybody unless you both
Mhm.
are 0-1. And the
Mhm.
stats shows, hey, if you go 0-2, you are
Right.
less likely you're not going to make it to plus whatever it is.
Yep.
But this is a
According to
big
the
game
numbers.
according to the numbers, right? But
Yeah.
this is a big game because the NFC is so wide open. Like literally, we saw the Rams look like, what the heck is
Yeah.
this? Like,
They
what
were
am I
looking a little
watching?
rusty.
Like
Yeah.
a little rusty.
Mhm.
The big free agent signing, Allen Robinson, he barely touched the ball. And
Yep.
then you saw the Packers, a whole
Well,
different
yeah, and
Packers
I was just gonna
team.
mention pretty much like the Packers. I mean, I will, it was a great win for Minnesota, but it's like come back down to reality, Minnesota Vikings fans. Like, Danica Patrick's ex-boyfriend had like nobody to go to. It was pretty much him, AJ Dillon, and Aaron Jones. That was pretty much it. So
Yeah, so I'm not putting too much stock into week one because
right.
teams will have really tape on you. But now, week
Hmm.
two, Monday night, both teams are 1 and
Yeah.
0. We both coming, off of a squeaky win, a good win, and now we about to see, okay?
Mhm.
NFC week, the NFC is weak. Who's going to have the upper
Yeah.
hand going into
Yep.
week 3? Who's going to be 1 and 1? Who's going to be 2 and 0?
2
And
and
who has a bet?
0.
Especially head-to-head matchup. The closer you get down to the playoffs,
Mhm.
seedings, all that matters.
Yep.
So
And
Monday
Monday
night,
night, can we just say it's like a huge
Monday night.
public spectacle?
Monday
Again.
night, two
Yeah.
young coaches going at
Yes.
it. Nick
Yep.
Sirianni, second full year as a head coach. Kevin
Okay.
O'Connell, his first full year.
Yep.
Is he going to try to press situations? Because last year,
Yeah.
I know first home game for the Philadelphia Eagles that Nick Sirianni was trying to play towards the crowd. Now I'm trying to please the crowd.
I forgot too,
Philly
it's your first home
special.
game. Yeah.
First home game,
Extra
opening night.
exciting.
So I
Mhm.
really think that this is going to be more, hey, let's settle everybody down type of game for both
I
sides.
Yeah, I have
Run
a
the
feeling I've
ball.
been nervous about this game too. I picked the Vikings to lose back in May when I did my prediction, and it's just gonna be such a hostile environment. It already is, and then first home game Monday. Oh man, I'm very concerned. Gonna be a tough
Hey,
one.
Rio said that you are wilding. I think this was, I'm going back
Oh,
to the
real?
whole Kirk Cousin talk that you would rather pick Hurts over Cousins. But
Oh
he's a
yeah.
Washington Commanders fan. So
Oh,
whatever he
okay.
says, I mean,
Okay.
he's just hating on Hurts and stuff like that. But that's the NFC East for you, man. Thank you, Rio, man. Hey, he's
Yeah, thanks, Rio.
a great Washington Commanders content creator, man. I've been
Oh,
trying to
right
do
on.
something with him, man. So
Cool.
but I really think that Monday night, I mean, both teams are going to come out and say, hey, let's settle down a little bit,
Yep.
and run the ball. I think this is going to
Mhm.
be one in the trenches. It's not going to be the AJ Brown show, the Justin Jefferson show. It's going to be the who has the better running game. Like you, Cook and
Mhm.
your other running back versus the Philadelphia Eagles four running back because Jalen Hurts, he's a runner, he's a rock star. I'm
Right?
telling
Yeah,
you
you
right
got him
now.
too. Your
Yo, he can
quarterback
run
can
the
count.
ball.
Yeah, we gotta look out for him. I
Gainwell,
think
Boston Scott. So
I think it's an
definitely.
important game for both quarterbacks, to be honest. It's like, Kirk, can you go in Monday night and hang with the big boys? Jalen, can you do the same? Like, let's see it happen. Funny enough, too, because I talk astrology on my channel, I looked up Jalen Hurts because I wanted to see what his sun sign is. And him and Kirk Cousins are both sun in Leos. So they both have the same astrological sign there, which I
But what
thought
does
was
that mean
interesting.
though? But what does
What's
that mean
that?
to you? But what does that
What?
mean to you though? I mean, are they the same type of person,
Oh, well,
personality, or what?
yeah, I just thought it was interesting that they had the same sun sign because Leo as a sign is so powerful and is normally a leader. So I just thought that that was interesting that they both are like the leaders, the quarterbacks of their team and
Hmm.
have a son in Leo. And yeah, I think you have to do, well, I personally believe you have to do like a personal in-depth chart reading to, otherwise it can be very, very vague. But I just thought it was just very fitting that they're both Sun and Leo, which are known to be very royal, very popular, very flashy, and they're both like the starting quarterbacks for the team. So thought that was
Hmm.
interesting little tidbit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that, but hey, that's good
Yeah.
to know, though. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's really good to know. So now let's move into Justin Jefferson,
Oh yes.
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
The key, the marquee matchup of the night with star power, Justin Jefferson versus AJ Brown. Who's going to have the bigger game? Who do you trust the most going into this game right here? So I'm about to put you on spot. I
Yeah.
probably know where you're going already, but go ahead.
Ah, yeah. No, I think okay, a lot of this actually I think lands on Kirk because it's about Justin Jefferson, yes, but who's throwing the ball? Who's throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson? It's Kirk. Can
Well,
you
you can
stay
say the
calm
same thing
under?
for Jalen Hurts too, who's throwing the ball to
That's
AJ
true.
Brown.
Mm-hmm. I just think I'm just very concerned about Kirk because of prime time in Philly. I just think Jalen has a little bit because you got the home field advantage, so you got a little bit more there. But I just hope that Kirk stay confident. Literally, just throw it in Justin Jefferson's vicinity And then if Justin Jefferson is, covered, which he probably will be, I think we got to look out for Adam Thielen, kind of like you made mention of. He's still there.
Yeah,
He's been
he
pretty
is there.
quiet. And
He is.
yep, he's always clutch. Yeah, he's a little bit, long in the tooth for wide receiver standards, but he's still very good. And we have
He's
KJ
clutch.
Osborne too, who's also pretty solid third. So I think they will be in the mix a little bit more. Possibly we might be seeing a little bit more from our tight end that we actually got, or is from the Rams, Johnny Munt. Kind of an odd one there, but look out for him, tight end. So
Okay.
yeah, but I know
All
we're
right.
talking about wide receivers, but I think it all comes down to Kirk. Stay confident. You just throw that in Justin Jefferson's vicinity, and he'll get it. So
All right,
feeling
but
good.
real quick before I respond to that, real man, Jalen Hurts can't pass a football. He can run that MF
Oh,
though. But check this out, Rio. Did you
woo!
know? Rio, did you know? I'm hoping that you are still watching. Rio, are you still watching? Jalen Hurts, and this is from multiple sources, a lot of stats. Jalen Hurts have a 79 quarterback rating inside the pocket on Sunday. That was the fourth highest mark of any quarterback in the
Nice.
league last week. So Jalen Hurts, and keep thinking that, Rio. Keep thinking that. Washington Commanders, keep thinking that.
You
Because
were just ready
Jalen
for
Hurts,
that.
I was ready for that because I know what
Mhm.
people going to say because people assume that this dude cannot throw. You cannot be in a Heisman conversation, a runner-up, if you can't throw. He threw for 30 plus
Was he the
touchdowns, and
runner-up for
he was the
Heisman?
runner-up in
Okay.
Oklahoma first year in the
Okay.
system. So,
Okay.
like this whole thing about Hurst can't throw and this and that. No, Hurst. The problem is this: your coaching have to put their quarterback in the system that fits them, that works around them.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be
Yep.
a coach and say, you know
Mhm.
what, this is my system. I'm going to
Right.
do it my way. I don't
It's
care
like
if you're
square
people are
peg,
doing
round hole type of thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's why
Yeah.
coaches get fired fast.
Right.
You draft a guy, stop trying to change him, but now he got AJ Brown, and that's the reason why this past Sunday he was able to stand there and throw with confidence because he had somebody that could get separation,
Mhm.
or if he wasn't
Another
open, but he's always
yeah.
open.
Another
So
kind of similarity a little bit with Kirk and Jalen too. Like, let's have some trust, let's do it, throw it. And then I will say though, I am concerned because the Vikings secondary it's an issue. The Vikings defense pretty good, but we have Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks that are part of what I like to call the babysitters club. They're always coming in and cleaning up all the messes, because back to week 1, Patrick Peterson, our cornerback, good player, good player. I like him a lot, but we got lucky that Christian Watson dropped that pass at the beginning of the game because Patrick Peterson got completely burned there. So yikes,
absolutely,
a little nerve
he
wracking.
got cooked. He definitely got cooked.
He
But
did.
I'm about to go with my guy AJ Brown.
There you
People
go.
assume that that JJ is head and shoulders of better than AJ Brown. But my
Yeah.
argument was this: AJ Brown was literally the only guy at Tennessee, the only wide receiver at Tennessee that people know, hey, you have to go cover him. And then
Okay.
and then he was in a run heavy offense. King
Okay.
Henry. You can't forget about King Henry. This dude was top 3, if not the best rusher in the
Right.
league the past few years. That AJ Brown was in, but he still was getting his 1,000 yards, going to a Pro Bowl. So I don't
Yeah.
understand how people is saying he's head and shoulders better. But Justin Jefferson went into the perfect situation to me because Adam Thielen, he was the guy.
Yeah.
Remember
Well,
when they
Stephon
had
Diggs too. Did.
exactly,
Yeah.
yes, Stephon Diggs, he was
Mhm.
there. But now
Mhm.
when JJ got drafted, he already went to a quarterback that his strength is to throw the
Yeah.
ball. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
your system. Yeah, they was trying
Mhm.
to have Dalvin Cook run the ball, but I'm telling you right now, it's two different systems. The Titan was all run, 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 run. Less story once in a while, and he still managed to put up his numbers.
Yeah.
Put AJ Brown with the Tom Brady, with the Aaron Rodgers, with a
Lethal.
mediocre Kirk Cousin. He's gonna get his. Like, you're not gonna stop him. This dude is a big body type of wide receiver, and he got that dog mentality that a lot of these guys don't. So he's a proven guy to me. So I'm going with AJ Brown all day and twice on game day.
This is gonna be fun to watch. Fun to watch the matchups. And I have a little sneaking suspicion too that, I mean, I could be wrong, but like Jefferson's been getting like Randy Moss comparisons too, and like, not saying that I want him to get pulled back down to reality, but I feel like maybe this could be the game, especially going against AJ Brown. So, we'll see.
It's funny that you say that Jefferson Moss, right? Us Eagle fans is saying AJ Brown TO.
Oh,
because
okay.
the last big body, that dog mentality we had was Terrell Owens. You know what I mean? So he reminds us of a lot of Tia. We haven't had a lot of great wide receivers in Philly. I don't know if that's breaking news or anything, but we haven't had a lot of great wide receivers in Philly, So AJ Brown, like, people say, oh my God, that's T.O. 2.0. That's a younger T.O. because we've seen how T.O. was, that dog mentality, and you just throw him the ball, he'll go get it. And it's very humble, man. Like, T.O. was just that dude that once he made that catch, he became from Terrell Owens to T.O. Diva-like,
Oh, I remember that too.
He's the man. He's the man. But AJ Brown is his own man. And I'm glad today he said, look, I hope the Eagle fans would stop saying I'm T.O. because T.O. is in a Hall of Fame. I'm going into my 4th year. So just let me be AJ Brown. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that he said that too.
Has T.O. talked about that at all? Like, came out and talked about like the comparison at all or anything?
No, I just nah. If he did, then I don't know. But
it's pretty much the same with Jefferson too. Like, that's especially since last week. But I mean, the Randy Moss, like Justin Jefferson comparisons, because back in the day too, they had what was called the Randy ratio, where it was that they were just going to throw the ball to Randy, so many times. So I think that could be, I don't know if it would be the Jefferson ratio. You'd probably have to think of a just throw to Justin maybe type of thing.
Look, I'm telling you right now, I can't wait to this Monday night matchup because I really think that Justin Jefferson would not even get to 100 yards. Like, I don't think he's going to go for 100 yards. Like, I think it's going to be either 75 yards and a touchdown because I really feel like that.
It might be because of Kirk too. It might be because of Kirk failing.
Kirk, But the best way to stop a good wide receiver is to put the quarterback on his ass. Excuse my French. You know what I mean? It's to get to the quarterback. And last Sunday was probably the best thing that happened to the Philadelphia Eagles because they could not get to Jared Goff. I mean, they rushed the press. They rushed Jared Goff the least out of all this team that played this past week. So now all week, the defense coordinator, he's been hearing, why didn't you do this? Why you let a 17-point lead go down all the way down to 3 and having Jalen Hurts have to bail you out? Why was he? Why didn't Jordan Davis play a little bit more? What happened? So all this past week, he's been hearing it. His leash is this big, like a Chihuahua leash. It's not big at all.
And they're aggressive. Chihuahuas are aggressive.
I hear you, but he's not. So he's I don't know what kind of Chihuahua, but his leash is about this big.
Okay.
Because last year we seen enough, we had enough. So this Monday night,
had enough. Yeah.
He needs to treat Kirk Cousins like he's the worst quarterback in the league. Because Jonathan Gannon, he's a front runner. When he played bad quarterbacks, oh man, he go after them. He blitz.
Yeah.
Like, he do all kinds of stuff because he don't trust their arm. So I want him to do that and trust that your guys in the back, your James Bradbury, your Slay, your
Sweaty
Maddox,
Butt Bradbury. Do we need to talk about that?
Like the CJ Gardner, that those guys will have your back. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for this matchup at all.
Yeah, the offensive line has been an issue for the Vikings too, and especially because Kirk isn't super mobile. So, and you saying all of that, it's even more concerning. Our starting center, like I said, Garrett Bradbury, problems. We do have a promising rookie at right guard, Ed Ingram, knock on wood. So hopefully that's some good for the Vikings struggling offensive line.
All right. So and it's funny that you must
Oh,
say
what's
the
up,
Vikings
Bobby?
offensive line
Yeah.
because we about to play matchups. Who would win this matchup between the Eagles offensive line and the Vikings defensive line? So who got the upper hand?
You said the Vikings offensive line versus the
No,
Eagles
defensive
defensive line.
line. No, like the Eagles offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You got Mariota, Dickerson, Kelsey, Isaac, and Lane Johnson going up
Yeah.
against was Smith, Zadarius Smith,
Yeah, Zadarius Smith,
um,
like Danielle
Hunter.
Hunter, Hicks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to pull up the roster. I honestly don't have it memorized. I always have to look at it. Um, our defense, I mean, Danielle Hunter back, Zadarius Smith, new addition, looked really, really good. But to be honest with you, I'm not super familiar with the Eagles offensive line, but it seems like they're pretty decent. I think that would be I'm gonna have to go Vikings though on that. I just think
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
I mean, I like Zadarius Smith. And it could be too. He was kind of chirping a little bit, because it was his former team. And then there was one sack he had where he just like crawled on the ground and just like ate it up. So I just like that attitude in him paired with Danielle Hunter. It was a little questionable because Zadarius Smith's back and then Danielle Hunter coming off. I forgot what it was with him, but coming off injury, but I think they're back. I think they're looking pretty good. Two of the best. I don't know. What do you think?
I think just based on week one, how bad our offensive line looked the first half, and Jason Kelsey, if you know anything about the Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Kelsey is the heart and soul on that offensive line.
I don't.
And
Yeah, no.
he told you, like he been saying it all week. Jalen Hurts bailed us out. He bailed us out. He bailed us out
Okay.
because the offensive line wasn't ready for whatever hard knock defense that was coming from the Detroit Lions defensive line. So
Okay.
now they have something to prove. Hey, we are the best offensive line. They were ranked the number one offensive line with PFF. A lot of people pick because of the continuity, because they lead the league in rushing last year to finish off, almost averaging over 180 plus yards every game to finish. So they were ranked the number one offensive line. So I was shocked. I was shocked to go out there.
But it was
to
week
look at
one,
this team, exactly week one.
Yeah.
But I was shocked though. But I keep saying the best thing besides catching an L from the Lions was the way our offensive line looked like trash, the way our defensive coordinator let the Lions come back from 17-point down to almost tie the game.
I didn't know that.
That's the best thing that could have happened for the Philadelphia Eagles, because now you have to go out there on Monday night, fix those mistakes against a team that's riding on high now.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all beat the Packers.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it's kind of like the opposite too. Even though both of our teams won, like all I've been hearing from like the Vikings is like, we're such a high, we're going all the way. It's like, okay, there's always still stuff to work on though. Like the fact that the offense in the second half like was pretty quiet. So it's like almost like you're coming up Phoenix rising from the ashes, and then like the Vikings are coming down, and they're going to meet in the middle in some sort of sense. So we'll see. But I just have a feeling the Vikings fans, because I don't want to say all of them, of course, but like we're going all the way. I mean, we're going to win the division. I mean, there's nobody.
It's all of them. All of them. All the Vikings think that they are the Dallas Cowboys all of a sudden. It's their year. It's their year. The Vikings think this is their year. We trust. And y'all about to go all the way with Randy Moss at the wide receiver, with Joe Montana throwing him the ball. It's the Vikings' year. And I'm glad. And I'm happy that y'all feeling that way, because the players were like, oh my God, good game for us. We beat the last time the Vikings had a great win, they came to Philly and got grounded. They came to Philly 38-7.
No.
After a big win against the Saints.
No. Minneapolis Miracle, Case Keenum, Stephon Diggs. I miss him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
so the last time we saw the Vikings, hey, just coming off a big win, impressive win. I mean,
Yeah.
and they
Is
went to
this gonna be
Philly
like a
at
yeah,
night.
that's actually is it gonna be like a repeat? Oh gosh, I
Oh,
hope
you
not.
know
I am
what? I
seriously
hope it's a
concerned though. I'm concerned. And especially because like you're on such this high. Like I am a Vikings fan
They
through and
are.
through. I want them to win, but I stay realistic about it. Like, come on, that was a good win, but it was one game. One game.
But see,
One game.
look, I think that because of the Kirk Cousin mentality, right, that he
Yeah.
will be ready. You know what I mean? Like he's been in the league for
Sure.
11 years, like I said.
Yep.
He will be ready.
He
But
crosses his T's and dots his I's. Like that's for sure. You
he
know?
does. And then
Yeah.
he know his own record under the bright
Yes.
lights. He
Very
definitely
aware of
knows
his
that.
stats.
Yes,
Very aware.
exactly. And
Mhm.
he's probably playing for a contract extension, like I said, because he
Oh,
is
for
signed
sure.
for
Yeah.
like to 2023. I think he's making 30 million, but after that, he's a free
Yeah, I
agent
think it's like
again.
34 or something like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's definitely playing for, the bag. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I just feel like the home field advantage to me, we would
Yes.
definitely go over our picks, the reason why we would win. But I
Yeah.
feel like the home field advantage to me on Monday night, I mean, is a tough place to come in there and
It
play.
is. Yes.
Um, you know, so we'll see what happens. All right, so now we're
Mhm.
about to go with your wide receiver core, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
versus the Philadelphia Eagles, like big play Slay, James Bradbury, Maddox. Who has the advantage between those two? Your wide receivers or the Philadelphia Eagles secondary?
I mean, to be honest, I think I mentioned this earlier. I mean, Justin Jefferson, like we all know, of course, the
Yeah,
shining
Big Bad
star that
Jefferson.
everybody's talking about, right? Um, but we can't forget about Adam Thielen. And one thing about Adam
I
Thielen is
agree.
too, he's kind of a little bit of a, diva wide receiver. He wants the ball. He wants it. And he's been quiet. And it's been all Justin Jefferson. So look out for Adam Thielen in the red zone, definitely, because that's where they go to him usually. And then KJ Osborne, I also think is another one to watch. Look out for that. So I think your secondary, they're going to have their hands full. They're going to have their hands full because if you double up Justin Jefferson, guess who's going to be lingering around,
Yeah.
probably a little bit more open?
And
Adam
I
Thielen.
agree. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not even going to argue against your take because I feel like
Yeah.
not only that, it's the fact that the offensive player had the advantage over the defensive players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've been saying it all along because I played, DB of my whole life, and it's
So,
impossible. It's
yeah.
impossible to stick with the wide receiver, especially when they're running wild and they leave your zone or this and that, and all of a sudden
Hmm.
Kirk Cousin, he's being pressured. And now,
Hmm.
hey, look, we practice this. Hey, if I'm scrambling, it's backyard ball now. So now the
Yeah.
wide receiver know exactly what to do, and I'm stuck on the
Hmm.
island. Like, come on now. Why didn't we
Yeah.
get to the quarterback? So in order
And
to
I think,
neutralize that, it's to get to the
right.
quarterback.
Don't give Kirk a chance to throw the ball. I mean, obviously that's going to be crucial, but yeah, I think like the less time, obviously, you can give Kirk too. And yeah, if he can't throw to anybody, if you can get to him right away, yeah, yikes. It's going to be a good one though. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be disappointed if this isn't like a, solid matchup here and one team just completely runs away with it. But I don't
Oh,
necessarily think that, but
yeah, I don't
yeah.
see this game being a blowout in any means. I feel like that this game will be a good game, and
Yeah.
it's going to come up like who can turn the ball over less, who can
Yeah.
not get the false starts, the holding
Yep.
penalties, the
Did you
pass
guys have a lot
interference
of penalties
penalties.
in week one? Oh,
We
what's up,
had
Virgie?
10. I think we had like 10 penalties
Okay.
in week one. Some false starts, some holding
Yeah.
calls.
Because we
Um,
didn't really have a lot of penalties. And to be fair, like our ref crew, I think they're statistically they throw the least amount of flags out of all the crews. But there weren't too many penalties, at least for the Vikings week one.
Yeah. So now, hey, look, I give the edge to your wide receivers against our defensive back only because, like I said, the offensive player will always have the advantage, especially if you can't get to the quarterback. So the
Yeah,
key is just to get to the
that's
quarterback.
true.
But let's talk
Yep.
about your old behind DB, Patrick Peterson,
Hmm.
your young DB that's not probably not going to be playing. I'm playing on Monday night, Andrew Booth Jr.
Booth Jr.
So our
Yeah.
wide receiver core versus y'all defensive back. Who has the advantage? Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and AJ Brown.
I think honestly, y'all do. I think you do. And it's concerning to me. I hope Cam Dantzler has a big game. I hope he can step up. I'm confident. I like Patrick Peterson, but it's just, again, dude, you're getting burned. You're getting burned. And I just think that y'all got the advantage there. I really do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like I said earlier, the Babysitters Club are gonna, because Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks are just like everywhere. They're always
They
like
are.
coming in at the very end. They're gonna be all around the field too. They're gonna have to help clean up all the messes that are gonna be going on.
Hey, this is funny. Eagle Man was like, this Viking woman fan will become an Eagle fan after
Oh
Monday.
no,
Yo, we are definitely we are still open to having new fans until week 6. So feel
okay,
free if your
okay,
team stumbled outside the gate on Monday
yeah,
night, y'all get blown out 38-7, like my
stop.
two-show say over here. And feel free to come on over. I mean, just hit
Well,
my
thank
DM
you,
and say, look, you know what I mean? Hey,
thank you.
I need to change colors from
I
purple
appreciate
to
that.
green. Hey, we got
I
you
do.
over here,
I will
man.
say I love the color green, but with all due respect to you all are great. You really are. I can't stand the friggin' Eagles, man. You just,
Hey,
oh,
look,
I can't.
until you join them, hey, you got to beat them, right? So it's just one of
That's
them
right.
things, you
Yeah,
know. But
that's
Kirk
true.
Cousins has been the Philadelphia Eagles the past couple of times that they faced. So, so let's go to the quarterback situation. Who has the
Yeah.
advantage? Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts. Who has the advantage in that matchup? And take
Ooh,
everything into consideration.
yeah. That's that's a really tough one, honestly, because I think it's so similar. Like they both have a lot to prove. They really do. Like Kirk, you've been in the league for a while now, so like, can you put on your adult depends, take off the Pampers, and carry your team to a victory on Monday Night Football? Not cower like a frightened turtle, not falter under pressure. And for Jalen, like you said, year 3, but kind of like year number 2, so to speak. First home game, still young. Let's prove it, especially prove it to all these naysayers that say, oh, he can only, run around. He's good, running the ball, but he can't throw it. Where it's like, too, with Kirk, he can throw it really well, but homie can't run at all. Like, just can't do it. So it's very interesting. Like they're both kind of like, if you could mold them together, they'd probably be just like this amazing quarterback. We got Justin Jefferson. Kirk's got Justin Jefferson, but it's so hard, dude. It's so hard.
Come on,
Man.
pick one. Pick one now. Hey, everybody's waiting for you to pick one, and
I'm gonna
the
say,
Vikings
I'm gonna
fans are
say,
already mad at you right now. Hey,
what's
the
up?
Vikings fans are already mad at you for
Oh, they're always
talking
mad at
trash.
me. They're always mad. It's like, I want them to win. I'm gonna call it how I see it. So I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts, but Kirk Cousins, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that you can go in there and you can hang with the big dogs and actually win on Monday night in Philadelphia. So, but I think Jalen might have a little bit of an advantage here. But I'll say that.
Look, I definitely think that Jalen Hurts had an advantage, especially heading into this Monday night game at home.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's feeling comfortable in this
Mm-hmm.
system. First time since high school and back-to-back system since high school. Remember that.
Yeah.
People are judging him off of every year having different coordinators and coaches, blah, blah, blah. But this is his
Mm-hmm.
first time since high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw what he did with having a true number one wide receiver. He believed in him. You know what I mean? Like the year he was Heisman runner-up, he threw for like 33 plus touchdowns, maybe 36 touchdowns at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So this
That's
dude knows how to
insane.
sling the rock, and he knows how
Yeah.
to run. He is
Yeah.
probably the only quarterback, probably one of two since he started, like actually stepped on the field with
Yeah.
over 4,000 yard passing, with over 1,000 yard rushing. And he
Oh,
started 4
man.
games with the end
Yeah.
of the 2020 season, all 15 games. So you're talking about a small sample size game, and you're already breaking records. So I feel like that Jalen
Do
Hurts.
you have this feeling? Because now, like, we're, as the stream goes on, I'm like talking to you a little. I just feel like this is going to be a breakout game for Jalen Hurts. I just feel like it is. And the Vikings always do that. They always do that. They always like provide an opposing team, like, they provide them like a stage to start on, like, every time, especially like rookie players or younger players too. So I am concerned that Jalen Hurts is going to be like the, not like a debutante ball, but just like the
But let me ask you a
all-star
question
for
though.
Monday night.
Like, who's
Yeah.
your defensive coordinator, and do you trust him making the adjustments to try to prevent Jalen Hurts from running all over them? I mean, is the game
I
plan
don't
is
even
to
know.
go in there, stop the run? You know what I mean? Let Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm, or just let Hurts be Hurts, and then hey, we're going to try to outgun them, because it's all going to be on the defensive coordinator. What is your plan to
Oh,
stop
Ed
a,
Donatel. Yeah, I had to
a
look him up.
good
I'm like, who are the
quarterback?
Vikings? No, I think I hear good things about Ed Donatel. And it seems like just with the coaching staff too, it seems like they're all getting along. And they seem, and again, it's only been 1 week, but they seem more willing to make adjustments, which is one thing that Mike Zimmer, granted, I'm a fan of Mike Zimmer as a whole for the Vikings as a coach. I think he overall was a great coach, but he was of his own detriment because he wouldn't, go with the times. It's like you have to make adjustments when things aren't working, And I think Ed Donatel will make adjustments to that. And I think Kevin O'Connell, as the head coach, will be very vocal in that too. Even though, he's calling the offensive plays, it's a team effort here. It's a team effort. And they all seem to be really vibing and getting along. So I'll be interested to see, because this is one thing too. I think the Vikings, they didn't really face a lot of adversity in week 1.
Yeah,
So I'm
absolutely.
interested to see how the new staff are going to really respond when adversity strikes. And I think it might happen on Monday.
Yep. And I agree. And
Yeah.
I completely, you know what, Jay, hey, somebody was like, Jade, jump on the bandwagon now while you
Yeah.
can, and while we're moving 5 miles an hour, because look, after that, it's off to the races. After this Monday night game, one, you're gonna be 2-0, or the Eagles gonna be 2-0. Somebody is gonna have the advantage, especially
Yep.
beating 2 NFC teams. We don't
And
know how good the
especially
Packers
too
going to be.
for both of our teams, but even more for Eagles with Dak Prescott being,
Is
see ya.
exactly, but Dak
Yeah.
Prescott being hurt, even though the Philadelphia
Mhm.
Eagles was picked to win the division, but you
Yeah.
never know. Hey, the Cowboys, to me, they are still in the mix until they are
Yeah.
officially eliminated. Like,
That's
until they
true.
say, "Hey, you are officially
You're
eliminated,"
out.
that's it. The Eagles was
Mhm.
2-5 last year. Two
Yeah.
and five, we still managed to make the playoffs. So don't count any team out, especially, but you want to
Yep.
stack up those wins now. Not
Right, you
later,
need them now because
now.
then later you're gonna have to be, like, scrounging for wins. It's like, if you can, like, stack it up, then you could afford maybe, like, a loss or 2 later, that you weren't necessarily expecting.
Yeah, but also teams
Who do
get
you all play in
better.
week 3? Yeah,
The
exactly.
Commanders, Washington Commanders. I'll
Okay.
be at the game because I live right down the
Yeah.
road from, from the Commanders Stadium that play in
I think I
Maryland, but
remember
the
you mentioning
Washington.
that you're
Yeah, so I
going.
would
That'll be
definitely
tight.
be at week 3. I will be at the stadium for that game, cheering on Carson Wentz to fumble, interception,
Oh,
all over the place. But yeah,
yeah,
that's week
former
3.
Eagle Carson
And
Wentz,
I'm
North
trying.
Dakota
Look,
boy too.
look. Let me tell you something. The Philadelphia Eagles, almost every team they play, at least half the team they play, have a former Eagle on there that are coming back for revenge game. Week 1
Okay.
was
Yeah.
Deuce Staley. The
Okay.
our running back coach. He deserved to be a head coach, but we never gave him a shot. We interviewed him, quote unquote, but we never gave him the shot. Week
Okay.
2, you got Rager coming back to town,
Yeah,
Jordan Hicks.
exactly. Yeah.
Jordan Hicks, my God, he's coming back to town. Week 3, we got Carson Wentz. He's coming
Oh,
back to
yeah.
town.
There's another
And
one.
we gotta go visit Carson Wentz. Week 4, Doug Peterson,
Oh my
our only
gosh.
our only head
Yeah.
coach that ever won a Super Bowl. Yo, we
That's
got to
true.
face him. I think week
Yep.
5, Zach Ertz, the best Eagles tight end in Eagles history. We
Dude,
got to face him. I
that's
mean, and then
really weird. Yeah, that's
every
crazy.
team. And then, of
Yeah,
course, week 6, the Cowboys, the divisional game, and then we
right.
finally get a bye. But to
Yep.
every game we play, there's some kind of coaching or
There's
player
something.
that there's
Yeah.
something in there involved, a
Yep.
revenge type of game, and we're looking forward to it.
That adds
If
a
we get
little
this,
like dash of something though, right? It adds a
it
little spice,
absolutely,
a little
it
flavor.
absolutely does. But
Yeah.
if any team could
Yeah.
get through this gauntlet, if you would say, of
Sure.
revenge games, it's the
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? And we are, we are built for this moment. So I don't know if any other team will be able to handle it, but the Eagles are definitely a team
Woo! I like
that
the
can handle it.
confidence. And too, on the flip side, the Vikings, everybody's been kind of saying, okay, well, if they can go into Philly and win this one, they're 2-0, they got a cakewalk the rest of the way. It's like, you don't know that. You don't know that. Like, don't say that, people. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah,
Kirk won't
but
even
that
show
would
up.
be
He might
two
not.
great wins. But that would be two great wins
Yeah.
against two top contending team in the NFC. So y'all would
Yeah, for sure.
definitely know where y'all, where y'all stack up with the other teams because hey, you beat the Packers, you beat the Eagles. Most
Yeah.
people consider those are two top favorites to come out the NFC as a whole. So that would be a great win. Unlike the Eagles, we beat the Lions, we squeaked by, had a
You did.
17-point lead. We held on for dear life. We squeaked by.
When did you lose the 7, or like how long did y'all have that 17-point lead?
We had it in the third quarter.
Okay.
But the
Ah,
Lions, they came out, they punched us in the mouth fast.
yeah.
I mean, they went
They're
down
they're
there,
the
boom,
sleepers. I
hard
don't think you
knocks.
can sleep on them. Yeah.
N- Look, I think that hard knocks had a lot to do with it too, because
I think
that
so
was the
too.
first time
Yeah.
in like what 17 plus years that their stadium has been sold out. Like their
Good
stadium
for
was
them.
sold out
Yeah.
because they are America's darling right now. You know what I mean?
They
The
really are.
underdog.
The
Oh my
Detroit
God, we
Darlings.
are cheering for you, Lions.
I
So
like
I
that name.
expected a dog
Yeah, the
fight.
Detroit Darlings. I like it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
But
Dan Campbell, I like Dan Campbell though. You gotta
he
almost root for
is.
that guy.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a
he was
good.
crying at the podium last
Oh,
year when the
see,
Lions
that's
beat the Vikings.
oh man.
You
See,
know?
that's the thing right here, right here. See,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Look, I kind of had a glimpse of Hard Knocks, and every time I happen to tune in, somebody's crying. There's no crying in football. There's no crying in
Right?
football, man.
I
Stop
know.
crying, coach. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
like a
yo,
league of their own.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I mean, you are telling me to go out here and take somebody's head off, and you're over
Mhm.
here crying. I mean,
Right.
those two don't go hand to hand, right? You know
I
what I mean?
know.
Either you want me to, to like soften up a little bit or go
Mhm.
like full throttle and kill somebody. Which one is it,
Mhm.
coach? You can't be like crying on podium
Exactly.
and they try to give me a hardcore speech.
Yeah,
Go! And I'm like,
that's true.
like,
Yeah,
come
pick
on
one
now.
side. Yeah, that's true. I like
but
it.
but now, all right, so give me, all right, if the Vikings should pull off this win on Monday night,
Yeah.
give me 3 things that must work out in their favor. 3 keys to victory to you, to Jade. If the Vikings
Mhm.
do this, boom, they will win this game.
All right. So I think, Kirk, let's just say that first game, stay confident, dude. Just stay confident. And if you got to fake it, dude, you got to fake it. Just fake it and throw the ball in Justin Jefferson's direction, damn it, and he'll catch it. I think Kirk, obviously, being his quarterback, but, being a former Washington player, now Commanders, he should have a little bit more, he should feel a little bit more comfortable maybe playing in Philly. Maybe a little bit more comfy. So I think that's going to be very important. And I also think that Adam Thielen is going to be very important in this
Yeah.
game. You got to trust Justin Jefferson, dude. We're trusting there. Let's get Adam Thielen in the mix. I feel like that'll be very important. And I mean, I could keep going here,
I
but
know, I know, I know.
I
It's
think
hard.
and it's kind of all offensive actually for me too. And I can talk about the defense, but I will say maybe just offensively and defensively, just playing the game full, like pedal to the metal from start to finish. None of this, okay, after halftime, let's just, okay, idle along. No, the Vikings, they always do that. It seems like they start on such a high, and then by the end of the game, it's like, okay, maybe you won, but where you been? So really pushing through, keeping the energy on high, offense, defense, the entire game, because you're not going to stop. And the Philly fans, yeah, maybe they're going to get quiet. They're not going to stop. It's going to stay hostile from first quarter start to finish. So they gotta be wearing their big boy pants. They really do. Just everybody. I don't know if those are like 3 keys to victory, but
yeah.
yeah.
So real quick, I did ask the same question to Purple Pocket Podcast. Man, try to say that 3-4 times. Purple Pocket
Podcast.
Yeah. So I told him, hey, there's no way I could give you 3 keys, but I will try. But to refresh that a little bit, you have to stop the running game for the Vikings. To me, that's number 1. Make Kirk Cousins.
You've been very vocal about that, so I think you have a good point. I mean,
you have to stop the run. I mean, if you can't stop the run, you're not being no team in the NFL because you can't stop the run. Your defense is on the field for tick tock. They're there. They're there on the field for like 10 play, 12 play drives over 7 to 8 minutes, and then you go out there, boom. You go 3 and out. Good luck getting your defense back out there again,
Yeah, and that's another thing for the Vikings too. It's like their defense is a little, again, quote unquote, older, so they kind of tire out. So,
yeah, and you saw that last night, right? You saw that last night when a player is tired. You saw the game between the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
the tight end was like this. Hey, come get me. They was like, no, stay in there. Because they was trying not to let the Chief substitute, and then the following next play, immediately they went to that tight end side. He was not like running at all. He was so exhausted. Pick 6, 99 yards, and that's when the game turned around.
Oh, I know. So, like that was it. They came back though, which was cool, but it's just
that was the turning point of that game because that pick 6. I mean, like that was it. So I say that to say this is you have to stop the run because your defense needs some rest. The Eagles have great depth in every position. That's a good thing on defense. But let's just say that you're trying to hurry up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Boom, you keep the same defense out there. Y'all could go walk down the field. But I did hear something that the Vikings run a lot of the zone because they don't want to get big deep. I mean, is that true?
Yeah, that is true. And I think it kind of goes back to the Viking secondary. Our cornerbacks, we pretty much our one solid cornerback is Patrick Peterson, and he's 30 some years old. And Cameron Dantzler, one of the huge clips that they play on the sports radio station, one of the main ones here in Minnesota is from I think last year or 2 years ago, but it was when Cam Dantzler totally blew coverage, and the call is, Cam Dantzler, what are you doing? So it's just, I don't have a lot of confidence there in the Viking secondary. It's troublesome. Again, that's why Harrison Smith is so crucial, and Eric Kendricks too. They're just always swarming in, to help with the coverage because they have to almost.
Yeah. So, so you stop you limit the run, you limit the big plays. To me, Justin Jefferson cannot almost have 200-yard receiving. You have to make him go to anybody else besides Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
you cannot have a guy that's almost 200 yards. Look, Kirk Cousins threw for 277, and then Jefferson had 184 of those yards. That's ridiculous. That is a guy that that hey, he's going to he's throwing to Jefferson. Let's kind of play one underneath, one over the top. It doesn't matter, and play everybody else one-on-one. That's what I would play. That's the type of defense I would do against this guy because one-on-one, he's automatically unstoppable. But definitely, but Kirk Cousins, man, you have to hit him. You have to make sure that he's there. Aaron Rodgers, I saw the Vikings play on Sunday, and Aaron Rodgers, regardless if it was a sack or not, this dude was getting hit. He was frustrated.
He really was.
He was like, yo, hey, at
Yeah.
one point, like his chin strap was right here.
Oh, right,
Like he
like, up
was
here. Yeah.
like looking
It's like the
confused. Yeah, he
birdies,
was.
you know,
Yeah, he
going
was
up.
getting
Yeah, like,
hit.
"Woo!"
He
Yeah.
was getting hit, and that's the key because it's a
Mhm.
60-minute ball game. So you have to
Yep.
constantly and no cheap shot, no late hits. But
Right.
tell him, hey, I'm here. I'm be here all night. So what I mean,
Yeah.
her Kirk Cousin, I
And I
hit
think
Kirk
too,
Cousin.
I think for the Eagles, like if you can get to Kirk early, you know, that special teams question. I like that actually. If you can get to him early and rattle his
Mhm.
confidence, he's got a hard time recovering from that.
I
Special
know.
teams. I like Jock Talk. Thank you for mentioning that. I wanted to make mention that the Vikings, our special teams, we're at least our punter and our kicker, they're knock on wood, they're looking pretty good. And we'll see how Jalen does with at least the return action.
Hey, he's our spy, by the way. And we sent him,
Yes.
we
Yes.
sent him to Minnesota to fumble a couple times and
Oh,
muffle punts and to
what?
muffle punts.
No,
Yeah,
you did not.
yes, we did. So we told Rager, hey, we will take care of you for the rest of your life if you could just go over there and just muff a couple punts, fumble a couple
So
times,
he's a mole.
because he's
Oh
a
boy.
mole there. So
You
hey,
let the
don't be
cat out of the bag,
surprised.
JC.
Yeah, hey, look, hey, don't be surprised if Rager muff a punt because you know why? He's gonna try to do so much. He's coming back to Philly Monday night. He's not
That's
a pressure
true. When
guy.
you try to
He's
do too much, you know. Oh,
trying to
what's
do
up,
too
Evil?
much.
What up to Evil? Saying hey. Yeah, I think and that's just so much pressure. It's like you're in this pressure cooker, right? It's about to explode.
Yes, it's exactly. So I really think that Jalen Rager might be our MVP for the Philadelphia
Oh
Eagles.
no.
Yes, for
Oh
real. Like no
no.
lie. I mean, you
And the
also have a
Vikings,
gut
they
feeling.
yeah, they already are we're having trouble. So if he does terrible, like where are they going to be at? I've said this too in the past. Like I don't know why the Vikings don't just call Marcus Sherrills. He used to be our punt returner, solid. I don't think he's doing anything. I think he could still return punts and like that's all he would have to do. He did it for years, but the Vikings got rid of him. So anyway.
Yes, so I agree with Eagle fan. Up the middle, he's small, block his line of sight. He's talking about Kirk Cousins. If we start getting pressure up the middle, hands up, you know what I mean? He's not going to run out the pocket. He most
No,
likely to
he's
stay in the
not. Yeah.
pocket than to run out the pocket.
Yeah.
So like just
Whenever
bring the
he
pressure.
runs, it's
Mhm.
surprising. And it's like, whoa, hey. And then he usually dives head first. And you're like, dude, what? Too evil? What are you asking? He knows the Phillies fans are psychotic. I don't
Do you
know.
need to
JC,
ask
do you
this
know
guy
that?
if he knows that Philly fans? Nah, man. Yo, look, the Eagle fans are the most passionate
I was
fans.
just going to say, very passionate.
Very passionate, but people
Mhm.
misunderstood that. I mean, and they take that as hostile and mean,
I mean,
and
it gets a little hostile, though, right? Beer cans
what
getting
is? I mean,
thrown.
but it's. Oh, have you seen how many fights that broke out in the preseason? At the Rams Stadium, the
No.
Raiders Stadium.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
punching
true.
each other to death over there,
Yeah.
but everybody is focusing on the snowball crisis that happened way before I was born. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
oh no,
Yeah,
like
me too.
stop it, stop,
Yeah.
Eagle fans.
But isn't Philadelphia the only stadium that has like a drunk tank or like a jail or whatever?
No, man, no, well, that
Is that
was the
true?
old Vet Stadium. That was
Oh,
the
okay.
old Veteran Stadium. This is the
Okay.
Lincoln Financial Field. There's
All
no
right.
gel underneath, but yes, our old
Okay.
one did have a little
All
holding
right.
place,
All right.
a little. Hey, just
That's in the
sleep it
past.
off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And just sleep it off, place. You know what I mean? It wasn't a gel. It was hey, let's go
Okay.
down here and put you over here and sleep it off. Your little
Oh, okay.
Oscar.
Like a nice little
Like it was
cot or something. Like,
exactly. So
yeah,
it
there
wasn't
you
like,
go.
hey,
Yeah.
roughed you up a little bit. No, it was
We
like,
might
hey,
shut
man.
a metal door on you, but there you
It-
go.
it- exactly. So
Yeah.
just hey, just settle down. But let's get to the score prediction and who wins this game.
Ah!
So we are at the final segment. Who wins this game, and what is your score prediction? Woo! And
Okay.
this is being recorded. I don't know if I told you already. We are live
Okay.
on air, so
Oh,
this
we
is being
are.
recorded.
Shoot.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now that I know that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So, I mentioned this again earlier, and I'm just gonna circle back. I'm very concerned about this game for the Vikings. I am very worried. I am very concerned. I picked them to lose when I did my schedule prediction back in May.
Uh-oh.
I did. I picked them to win week 1 versus Green Bay, but I have a loss. I would love. I don't like to be wrong. I don't like to be wrong. But if I can be wrong in this instance, I would
Hey,
love it.
why
But
not?
I got the Vikings losing actually because I just
Woo!
I do. And one thing, if nobody knows, I mentioned that I do astrology on my channel. That's kind of where the stars comes into play in my name,
Okay.
Sports and Stars with Jade. But I do planetary pregame before my live streams where I look at the planets to determine who the winner is
How
going to
far
be.
pregame? Like how far ahead?
I usually check in about a half hour before the game.
All right.
Yep, and then do my little planetary pregame. And I was looking at that, and I'm a lifelong astrology student, so I'm always learning. I could be wrong, but I'm worried. So I got the Eagles winning this game 28-20.
Whoa, you know what? It's funny that you should say that. Man.
Yeah.
Because I have the Eagles winning this game 28-23.
Really?
But yes, 28-23, but I feel like that Kirk Cousins will have a chance to go down the field. Like we're gonna be up by 5. Kirk gonna have a chance, to go down the field and score a touchdown for the winning touchdown because a field goal cannot help you. And
that's what he's usually good at is getting them in field goal range. But it's like, can you get to the end zone, dude?
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. I did not talk to you about this. I mean, this is just my score prediction.
Yeah, we
Eagles
didn't.
will win 28-23 because I give them the edge because of 2 reasons. One, they are home. Monday Night Football. I mean, I don't know the jersey color yet, but that green, that all black jersey. I mean, the black jersey, the black pants. I mean, they really losing those. So I have them winning 2023 because when we're home and we have a mobile quarterback, I know the game plan is to keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket, let him beat you through his, with his arm. But like I showed you already from earlier, that Jalen Hurts, I mean, this dude was the 4th highest mark of any quarterback in the league this past week. So regardless of what you think about Jalen Hurts, he's improving. And the worst thing that you want is a quarterback that can run and throw. And now you definitely are in trouble. You definitely are backpedaling, but definitely I have the Eagles winning this game 28-23 with the defense. It's going to come down which defense could make the most plays. But the last drive, Kirk Cousins starting from his own 25-yard line, he's marching down. And he throws an interception at the Philadelphia Eagles 35-yard line, and that is crushing blow, and that is all she wrote.
That is my oddly enough, dude, I could see it transpiring. I really could. Again, I hope that I'm wrong and the Vikings can surprise me and beat the freaking Eagles. But
Eagles 38-17. Joseph got the Eagles mollywopping.
Joseph.
Woo! That is a 21-point.
That'd be embarrassing. I should be concerned.
I love Jay even more. I'm telling you, this is a city, a brotherly, sisterly love, man.
Yeah.
Philadelphia fans, don't get it twisted. We love our fans, but at the same time, after the game is over, and we'll talk about it, but guess what? We must move on. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, Summer Home. Great show, JC. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thanks to Evil for showing up.
Oh my God! Like all this happened way back in the '60s. Like, I wasn't even born yet.
Wait a minute. There was during the NFC back in 2018. That's what we heard too. That there was batteries being checked. Good point on the batteries.
2018. Well, we won the Super Bowl in like February. February 4th in 2018, and then we made the playoffs and advanced the divisional round in 2019.
Is that the key to victory? Throwing batteries?
Look, if it, hey, look, if it helped, throw all the batteries. Matter of fact, if it helped, throw the batteries. You know what I mean?
There
Throw all
you
the
go.
batteries you can if it helps.
Yeah.
Hey, bump
Maybe
that.
let's,
Hey,
how about paper airplanes? Those are maybe less, they'll cause less injury, maybe, unless it's like right in your eyeball.
so
Yeah.
Eagles 28-17, Jock Talk, and then
Oh,
this is so.
28-17.
Oh my
Woo!
God, you're so evil. You know what? Your name fits your
So
tape. Jalen
evil.
Hurts is a top 10 quarterback in the USFL. You know what, evil?
Oh.
You are evil, man. But hey, this gonna wrap up our show. Remember, hey, I'll be live with
Yes.
Purple Pocket Podcast, aka Rap. We
Yep.
are be doing a dual stream play-by-play on both channels on Monday night. So feel free to tune in. And Jade, where can we find you at? And let them know like what is your upcoming schedule is looking like.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thanks again for doing the collab, JC, having me on, hosting. Appreciate you. It's always fun coming on your channel, talking to you. You do great work. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
But yeah, you can find me mainly my schedule upcoming. Speaking of Purple Pocket Podcast, I'm actually hosting, having rap on my channel tomorrow evening. So definitely come on through. We're going to talk a little Eagles, Vikings, obviously, but just, because we're both Vikings content creators, we'll talk a
What
little
time is
purple.
that?
I think it's at 8:30 Central time tomorrow. 8:30
Okay.
Central. 7:30 Eastern, right? Is that how it works? No, wait.
No.
8:30
We're ahead.
Central.
So 9:30 Eastern. You're 9:30 Eastern then.
Wait a minute. I think 7:30
what time is
Eastern.
it right now? Oh, what time is it right now?
8:30.
It's 9:30 here.
Okay. I think we're
So
doing
we're
8:30.
ahead.
I need to double check. Tomorrow night I'll do a little update. But anyway, and then I'm also live streaming. I live stream all the games. I'll be live streaming Monday night too, so come on through the channel. But yeah, Sports and Stars with Jade, that's where you can find me on YouTube. I usually, like I said, I check in about a half hour early before kickoff to do a little planetary pregame, just hang out in the chat. And then, I just do videos weekly. But that's what I got upcoming. And then you can also find me on Twitter at a hip hip lady. But again, thanks for having me on.
Wait, so wait, you are doing a play-by-play on Monday night too, right? So
yeah.
Before that, you're gonna jump on and do your 30-minute Eagles gonna win, at the stars are aligned, right?
Yeah, my planetary pregame, I usually do about half hour before the game.
Like it. I like it. So I will definitely be tuning into that because
I
gotta get. Hey, look, I know the Eagles. Well, I have a gut feeling that the Philadelphia Eagles is going to pull this off. This is not going to be a blowout for anybody. I think this game is going to be a double-digit win. It's strictly mistaken. The Vikings are a much improved team, especially on offense. And then they added Zadarius Smith, the ex Green Bay Packers on that front. But I mean, this game is so big for week 2. I can't believe it's a big game for week 2.
It really is.
And we got 15 more after this, but this is what we got to focus on week 2. But we're definitely going to be here. So tune in Monday. I'll be going live probably 8:20.
Nice.
10 minutes before kickoff with
Very good.
Purple Pocket Podcast.
I love that. I think y'all are going to do a great stream. I think that's going to be awesome. You guys had a great show too last night. I was checking in for a little bit. Good vibes there.
Yeah, and he's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. He's from Jersey.
Oh, word.
And that's why the connection is so so tight.
I like it.
But
very good.
But look, I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, man. Thank you very much. Please make sure y'all hit that like button.
Thanks to everybody in the chat too.
And as always, go Birds.